The following contest is your main event and will be for the Clandestine Wrestling Society Championship of Salvation. Your referee for this title bout, Love Pro Wrestling Senior Official, Judge Ben Omen. Making their way to the ring first, your challenger.
Moments ago, we saw Taryn from Accounting, one half of the LPW Tag Team Champions. The Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crowe, the other half of Ride or Die, looking to regain the Clandestine Wrestling Society Championship of Salvation.
Oh yeah, baby!
See you holding aloft the other Tag Team Championship title belts.
Oh yeah, huh?
Those titles will be on the line tomorrow night.
Making his way to the ring representing the Clandestine Society. Weighing in at 175 pounds, he is one half of your Love Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crowe.
Stephen Crowe loved walking around with two titles. I'm sure he would like to go back to that. But he's going to take that title from the young man who won the one-night tournament after Marz the Specialist cashed in that Championship of Salvation, made the deal with the devil, which led to him becoming the LPW Grand Champion. That tournament, of course, being won by the Canadian Goose, Kyle Shaw, whom I have dubbed the Thursday Night Delight.
And your champion.
Everybody loves the Canadian Goose, Kyle Shaw. We're gonna honk and roll tonight. That's a rock and roll pun that didn't really work, but you know what I'm trying out here. Nonetheless, one of the most popular athletes we have on the roster here, and very deserving of being your champion of salvation. Honk along at home, everybody. You know you wanna. Come on.
Making his way to the ring from Goose Creek, Alberta. Weighing in as light as a feather, he is your champion of salvation, the Canadian Goose, Kyle Shaw.
Stephen Crowe not the least bit impressed with Kyle Shaw, but it's a tough young man set to defend that title in our Thursday night main event. LPW senior official, head official, I don't know what it's called. I always remember.
You
or I always
think you're
forget,
going to
rather.
the match, get in the ring.
Goose versus chicken. Shut up.
Get straight, bro.
Let's go, Goose!
I used to try to get this guy to be my tag
Ben
partner.
showing off
Goose
that
and Crowe, we can
beautiful
go. I don't do
championship
bird
of
stuff. I don't do
salvation.
bird stuff. Great. It's true.
That's what it's all about as we're set to get the main event underway.
Come on, y'all, make some noise!
Honkamania is running wild. There's the bell, main event underway.
Make sure you're picking up all this honking with that boom mic, bro!
Big tag team championship. Oh, big up kick from Stephen Crowe, caught right in the jaw. Crowe not, that's uncalled for, but nonetheless. Up and over goes Crowe. Charging into the corner with that high knee right in the face. Stephen Crowe likes to use a lot of offense using those legs and those knees. Shoved off into the ropes. Able to sidestep, big shoulder tackle from the champ. Crowe dropping down, up and over. Nice headlock takeover. Grounds the challenger down to the canvas. And right now the Goose has all the answers early on. Just using those hips to hit that hip lock takeover from that position down on the canvas. You don't see that very often, but definitely effective. I mean, the body's got to go where the head goes.
You want to give it up? Do you want to give it up?
Crowe trying to get back to the vertical base, trying to get his feet underneath him. Oh, he tried to go for that hip lock takeover, but Crowe able to sneak his head out of that headlock. Jockeying for position, but just hurled across the ring. The aggressive side of the Canadian Goose early on. Charging in, but able to go behind with a standing switch. Standing switch again. Jockeying for position back and forth. Oh, he went for that pinning combination, but just bounced off that middle rope. Great ring presence from the Goose. Arm drag. Naked two. Champ looking good. Driven into the corner, going to drive that shoulder into the midsection. Japanese arm drag from the champ. Right now, everything going the way of the Goose. Big headbutt. Stephen Crowe going to head out to the floor to perhaps rethink his strategy. But you are absolutely not safe on the floor here in Love Pro Wrestling and the Clandestine Wrestling Society. Here goes the champ. Big dive. Takes out Crowe into the fourth row. Woo. That's a spicy meatball. Ben Omen administering the 10 count.
3.
Open hand palm strike by the challenger. That wrung the ear of the champion.
Yeah? You wanna boo me? You wanna boo me?
Crowe arguing with fans at ringside.
7.
This one's for you.
8.
Smack him! Check! Hand! Oh, harder!
Getting the fans involved. I don't know how I feel about that, but nonetheless. Ooh, man.
9.
Bouncing the skull off the ring apron, getting back in just before that 10 count.
1.
Things getting a little heated here between Crowe and the Goose. Battling out in an odd position, battling over that turnbuckle. Exchanging rights, forearms, and fists. Oh, hyperextending that elbow, using that solid metal piece of steel, the turnbuckle. Now he's got his arm lodged in underneath that turnbuckle cover. That is unique. Stomping away on the left arm of the champ while it's trapped in that turnbuckle. I mean, if you could think of any corner you could cut, the Clandestine Society have already figured it out. Ben Omen able to get that arm free, but now it may as well just have a giant bullseye on it, and he's going to go to work. Man. Now I believe the game plan of Stephen Crowe has become quite clear. Stomping away on that left arm, shoulder, elbow, wrist, you name it.
No, he can't.
Using that middle rope again to try to pull that elbow out of the socket. Canadian Goose has to be in considerable pain. Again, going to use that rope, every bit of that 5-second count that he has to try to hyperextend, try to maybe pop that shoulder out.
You want to hunt for him now?
And it's gotten much quieter since this targeted attack on that left arm. And a simple move like that arm wringer's got to be incredibly painful. Stephen Crowe looking to follow up, charging the corner. He hit that back elbow, but at what cost? And again, using the ring as a weapon. You can see the pain etched on the face of the champion of salvation. I think that shoulder might have popped out. He's trying to use that turnbuckle to put it back in. To try to fight up with that right arm, but things not looking good for Kyle Shaw. Dragging him around the ring with that compromised left arm, now trying to pull it out of the socket. Completely legal move. Ben Omen to see. Oh, man. I mean, Ben Omen continuously checking on Shaw to see if he's able to continue. He says he is, but I don't know how much longer that arm can take this kind of abuse. Both knees down on the left arm of Kyle Shaw. And I don't know when, like, Ben Omen may have to step in and save the Goose from himself. I mean, when do we get to the point where there's irreparable damage to that arm and Ben might have to stop it? That cross arm breaker. You see Goose interlocking those fingers, trying to keep that arm from getting extended so that elbow can be hyperextended. I mean, as long as he can keep those fingers locked, he's okay, but stacking him up. Great way to escape that hold with the pinning combination, but Crowe right back on the attack. Just continual abuse heaped onto that arm of the champ. Again, taking every millisecond of that 5-second count to inflict more punishment. Oh man, using both those knees again. This is getting a little more than uncomfortable, a little bit hard to watch. I mean, Ben again, Judge Ben Omen checking to see if Goose wants to continue, and we know the fight in this young man. As we see Crowe take a little bit too much time getting up to the top, using that right arm for offense. Gonna follow him up to that middle rope. I don't know how wise this is, but I'm not the one in there fighting for my life. Might be trying to bring him in with the superplex, but there's got to be no strength, no power on that left arm to try to lock the head in. Clubbing away, more fists. Just clubbing away with fists and forearms. Now he's got that cross arm breaker locked with extra leverage from that top rope. I mean, he can only use the 5-second count because he's in the ropes, but I mean, just more damage done. Stephen Crowe making friends with ringside fans. Kyle Shaw checking the dexterity of that left arm, or what's left of it. Crowe back up on the apron, looking to continue the onslaught. Crowe up to the top, got a hold of Shaw, drug him up to that middle rope. Headbutt. I mean, Shaw fell off that top rope, but he was able to escape the clutches of Crowe with that headbutt. Might be looking for that superplex again. I don't know how wise this is. He hit that superplex. I mean, I don't know how much damage that did to Shaw's own left arm, but it certainly rung the bell of Stephen Crowe. And now he's got a little bit of time here to get some blood flow back in that arm and make a go of this one.
3, 4. He's up.
Shaw back to his feet, as is the challenger. Ducking the clothesline. Elbow right between the eyes from Shaw. You can see just the way he's favoring that left arm. Butterfly the arms into the DDT, but again, that had to hurt like a son of a gun. Crowe kicking out at 2.
Who wants to see Mr. Flacco?
Everybody loves Mr. Flacco. I think the only person in the building who doesn't want to see it is Stephen Crowe. But I don't think he gets a vote in this one. Mr. Flacco ready. Oh, he was going to try to cram it down the gullet of Stephen Crowe, but Crowe again going for that cross arm breaker again. Fingers locked to prevent the extension of the arm.
1, 2, 3.
Crowe trying to use his feet to get that other arm, but Shaw able to get to the ropes, forcing Crowe to break the hold. Mr. Flacco right down the gullet of Stephen Crowe. Swinging wildly. Beautiful overhead throw from your champion of salvation. Plants him down in the middle of the ring, hooking both legs. Oh, Crowe escapes. Crowe kicking out before the 3 count. But the tide has certainly turned. I think Shaw is having a conversation with Mr. Flacco, which concerns me, but that's another story for another show. Shaw looking for that Sister Abagoose. Crowe able to counter into this series of kicks. Oh man. Right in the back, targeting that left arm, and you can't blame him. I mean, it's worked thus far. Right shoulder off the canvas before the 3 count. And now just swinging wildly at that left shoulder.
You like the honking?
Shoulders down. Oh, Goose almost stole one there. Crowe taking a little bit too much time to try to add insult to injury. Goose spins out. And the Canadian Goose, Kyle Shaw, hits the snuff pile driver to successfully retain
And still, Clandestine Wrestling Society champion of salvation, the Canadian Goose, Kyle Shaw!
Shaw using that snuff pile driver in tribute to Vince Austin. Big win, successful title defense for the Canadian Goose here on Thursday night. Judge Ben Oman raising the non-injured arm of the Canadian Goose after another successful Championship of Salvation title defense. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us for another Thursday Night Delight. We will see you all back here on Friday night.